एक मैंने वो पान तो दे. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Now can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. It is better now.
Is it better or you? Huh?
Yeah, it is much better, ma'am. It is okay now.
No, I cannot hear you now. I cannot hear you. Hello. Can you hear me now clearly?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you clearly now.
Okay. अच्छा एक बार. Hello, Minu. Now can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Now,
I can hear
now
you.
I'm clear.
Yes, yes, you are clear.
Okay, thank you. So
Okay.
we will start exactly at 6 o'clock.
We will wait for some more time, ma'am. Maybe 5 or maybe we will start from 6:05.
So just let me know when to start. We are ready from our side. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Sure,
Okay.
ma'am.
Thank you, Minu. Thank you.
அப்ப கூட 120 எவ்வளவு ஒரு வண்டி எவ்வளவு எத்தனை கிலோ வருது? அது போனாலும் முடியல. என்ன? இல்ல இல்ல இல்லைன்னாக்கா நம்ம கவர்மெண்ட் சரி அதான் இப்ப நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி எவ்வளவு சொல்ல முடியாது. இல்ல ஆன்லைன் பண்றோம்ல அந்த மாதிரிலாம். ஒரு கூட பண்றதுக்கு எத்தனை வருஷம் எத்தனை ஆயிடாது பெரிய கூட இதுக்கு பெரிய கூட எல்லாம் வேணாமே சின்ன கூடைக்குதான் தெரியல அவருக்கு ஆവശ്யம் தெரிவிப்பாங்க பள்ளியில
Ini sebenarnya ada luka. Thôi.
Ma'am, can we start?
Yeah, we can start. We have 58 people. I think people are still joining. So should we wait for 5 minutes or what do you feel? People are just
I think
joining.
they will be joining within 2 or 3 minutes, ma'am. I think we can start with the introduction then. Is it okay?
Fine. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
कैसे start करना?
Good evening, all. Welcome to day 4 of Addl Online Faculty Development Program. For the first session today, it is my privilege to introduce Mr. Prakash Bajaj, sir, CEO of Computer Health. An alumnus of IIT Bombay and University of Michigan, Mr. Bajaj, sir, has over 40 years of expertise in design and software development. He has successfully completed more than 300 structural design projects and created over 30 software tools for civil engineering. His flagship products include PlanWin, now part of Bentley products, DraftWin, which auto-generates drawings from eTabs, and OneMinute, a BIM tool that generates 45 plus essential reports. A visionary leader, blending engineering with technology, he continues to transform the way structural design is practiced. Joining him is Ms. Pervin Solomon ma'am, an Autodesk certified professional in CAD and Revit with more than 15 years of expertise on BIM platform. She has worked on several national and international projects, trained engineers from government agencies like MES, CIDCO, and DRDO, and guided over 900 students, many whom now work globally. Also, they will be joined by their team, Ms. Romila ma'am, Ms. Nadeem Ansari sir, Mr. Said Sheikh sir from Computer Hai. Welcome everyone. Welcome to the session, ma'am. Over to you. Thank you.
Okay.
1 minute, madam.
Yes.
1 minute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Welcome, Mr. Bajaj and Miss Pervin Solomon.
Yeah.
Seeing you after a long time.
Yeah.
Bajaj sir is available today, na?
He's out of station.
Yeah, I got it. He was had some problem.
Hello.
Okay, welcome you once again for this wonderful
Hello.
FDP program.
I think there's some disturbance. Can you hear me?
Yes, madam, I
Yes,
can
ma'am.
hear you. Yes, madam, I can hear you. So please continue. No problem. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
Should we start?
Yes, you can start the session. We have around 75 participants now. We can start.
Okay, fine. Okay, I am Mrs. Solomon as introduced. I will not be just be speaking on BIM platform. Now BIM, when we are talking about BIM presentation, as we are talking about BIM, yeah, presentation call, yeah. Yeah. See, we are extensively working on BIM platform for last 15 years. We have basically started BIM a long time back. If Mr. Nikhil Sanghvi is here with us, he would be able to tell us that we got the first project in Dubai, which very clearly stated that they want quantity estimation work. Okay, but we thought it was just in Excel. But the whole thing was that it has to be done on Revit platform. That was, I'm talking about maybe 15 years down the line. And that time in Bombay, we did not even know what was Revit. And that is how we got into this BIM platform from that years onwards. And we have worked extensively on this for a number of years. Okay, I'll just give you a brief presentation about the work that we have done, and about Mr. Bajaj already has been spoken. This is our group, which has Mr. Ravin Desai, Romila, Nadeem, Zayed, and Prakash Bajaj, which has already been mentioned. Now, we are a group of about 40 people who are extensively working only on BIM platform, and there are about 20 people working on steel. And I will now brief you in a great detail about all this. Now, these are the services which we provide to the architects and the engineers. We take the complete project, and the project is sent to us by AutoCAD, and in AutoCAD we convert it to BIM, where we use the architecture structure MEP. Once all the disciplines are joined together, then the thing comes as clash. And this is where it is very important in high-rise buildings that okay, where your entities are clashing with any other entity. So before even the construction, you will know on the 40th floor what is happening. I will show you again a detail about the complete this thing. Now we are talking about CAD to BIM. This is one thing which we are not very comfortable in India, but abroad we have got a lot of jobs which has stated that we have to convert CAD drawing to BIM drawings. They will give you the cloud image, and that cloud image has to be converted to BIM technology. And we somehow take corporate trainings for on-off. This is the platform on which we are working, that is AutoCAD, Revit, which has all three disciplines, Navisworks, ETABS, and ASD, which is a very important software for AutoCAD structural detailer. It is actually for steel, but somehow AutoCAD has stopped this and has put it into Revit platform, ASD. They have incorporated into Revit. First, this was a different platform where we were working on AutoCAD, but now they have incorporated it with Revit. Now, these are some of the clients which we are just working with. And at present, we have quite a number of projects about all these people. I will not take your time out on this. Now, here is where our main projects come. This is where you see a structure drawing and architecture.
Sorry, ma'am. You have been muted, ma'am. Can you unmute yourself?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Here I'm just showing you the basic slide presentation, but later on I will show you the complete thing, what exactly it is. This is just a plain slide presentation. This now see, is this plumbing done in Revit? Now you see it is quite clear. Mostly when these drawings go on site, they know exactly what to do when they see the whole thing. This is our project. Now if you see, when we send to the client, this is how exactly the drawings appear, because everybody does not have Revit. So what we do is we take out the complete quantities, and this is the images that we send to the client, and they know, then they can make out, okay, whether some footing is missing or some column we have forgot to incorporate. So since it is a 3D view, you can get a complete picture of this. We send this, it is actually not Revit. This is a Excel drawing. We had converted to Excel and sent it to the client. This is a parking. Nowadays, lot of vehicles. So this is a parking project, which we have done, Malwani project, which we have just recently completed. This is one more Kalyan project, nothing much to talk. But here is what we are going to talk about, lot of quantities and estimation. See, when we are talking about Revit, we need to have a complete picture of each and every element. Like if I say in foundation level, footing is, concrete is so much, shuttering is so much. And here we are talking about the structure and shuttering element, and then we give them the complete finishing elements like flooring, plaster, external paint. And here we are giving the complete total of all the floors, and here the finishing of all the floors. So the client, when he sees the XLS file, he can get a very clear picture of all the things which is there. Because just now when we went to a client's place, he says, I want your drawing first, then only I can match it with the what we are getting at site. How much concrete should go, or what is the column details, everything we get it beforehand, you know. This is again a rebar done in Revit, which gives you a very clear picture that which are the bars which are going in the slide or footing. I'll explain to you in this more detail later on. Here, if you can see, this is for the raft. Now here, if you say this raft was very big, and so we have to split it up into 4 parts. And here you can see that phase 1, 16 mm dia and total. So here phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and here they can see the complete where the bar is bending, how much it is required. So all color bars, red bars both way top, if you can see, purple shows both way bottom. So this gives a very clear picture. Even if it goes to site, the site engineer seeing this drawing on a 3D knows exactly how to bend the bars and go about it. And this is, sometimes we give the complete thing in Excel also. If you see, the complete Excel thing is there, where, you know, the client can easily get the full length of the diameter and the bars. Now this is where there are clash. Whenever there is a clash, this is work on Navis work. This has nothing to do with Revit. This is a software by itself called Navis work. And this is the most important thing, where when all the 3 disciplines join together, where there are actually clashes. And so once you see this, they see the report and they know, okay, where the clashes are and at what clash point it is there. So before the thing goes to the site, the clashes are first taken care of, and then only we are able to proceed further. Am I clear? Is it okay? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
This is one project which we have done for Middle East. Again, nothing. Now, this is a very important thing. In Revit, it is done at Bahrain. It is a gaming project, where before any this thing work done, the complete model is prepared, and then the gaming is taken as per this, you know. So if you see, the slides are there, and you know, the complete tree structure, it is done in Revit, and after that the drawings are incorporated to show the complete gaming. This is also the gaming done for us, Abu Dhabi project. Now here, if you see that what the client, this is again a Middle East project. Now what the client has given us is these 2 images, and they've asked us to develop it, and this is what we developed, this figure, the 3D project. And after seeing this project, they were so impressed that they now decided to give most of the scan to CAD and scan to BIM work to us. With simple drawings, we could generate this for them. It is simple kindergarten school over there at KSA. This is what we talk about scan to BIM. Okay, this is the image, this is the point cloud image which you see, and we have to convert this into this particular type of things, which every dimensions, if you see, and so then the construction takes place as per this and not as per this. Here, see if you can see again the point cloud image where we were asked to make the roads, complete road structure, which we had made it, and here we are giving you a detail of this road structure. Now see this, another very big project which is coming up. It is, see the number of, this is a stadium, and you can see the number of, piles here. Now what they want to know, okay, what is the level of the pile from the wall level? See here we have done a few things to show them, but this is the project which is coming through in a month or so. So here there are levels which are given, and this is how far it is from the wall. And this is the dimensions we have given it to them, so that the pile, they know exactly how to go about it. Again, this is a scan to, now in India, I'm telling you, scan to CAD is not very popular, but abroad, whatever major works that we are getting is all scan to CAD, and it is a heavily paid jobs. They are not ordinary jobs, they are heavily paid, and we require very skilled draft persons to, see all this and give the exact drawings. So here again, this is same concrete structure which we give it to the client, not much detail. But if you see this again, the raft detail, what we have shown here is the waterproofing, the checker tiles, everything is very, because it is in 3D, they can easily visualize each and everything. Even at site, it is not much of a complication. They don't have to, with high-rise buildings, they feel that, we require a 3D model more than a 2D model. 2D model, you may go wrong, but in a 3D model, they know, okay, all this here is waterproofing. This is the ramp which goes up to this extent. Waterproofing is here. So it gives you a very clear picture when you're constructing. Now, these are some of our ongoing projects where we have to do all these elements like structure, architecture. We take the whole complete project in which we do everything right from architecture, structure, MEP, steel, everything. So under one roof, you get the whole project done. Means you really don't have to go somewhere to do a steel person, don't have to go to an MEP person or a structure or an architect. Everything is under one roof, so that wherever a project is given to us, we sit with them and the complete project we give it to them. This is again Rubberwala project going on. This is some, and here again Dr. Kelkar. We have now, see, many a time structure engineers and MEP consultant and the architect all are different. So what we have to do, suppose if we are working for a structure engineer, okay, the structure engineer will tell us only you make the structure model and save it on the cloud. Okay, the architect will take it and he will incorporate his architectural drawing as per the structure drawing, and the MEP consultant will lastly incorporate using both the structure and the architecture model to create this project. So now we are doing for major people like Mahemtora, Kelkar, where we are only doing the structure model, and we are saving it to the cloud, and this in turn will be taken over by the architect and the MEP consultant. This again Mahemtora project. Now why do you require, you can say easily my people can take out quantities, why do you require this? So you know exactly the wastage. Now when I'll show you in lot of places, just now the steel which we gave and the steel which was shown on site was quite different on both the sides. So you have the table in front of you, even for electrical or for MEP, you know how many T's are there, how many bends are there. If it is 5 or 10% here and there, the builder does not mind. But when it goes to a number which is beyond that, immediately they question where is the other thing available. Only by looking at the drawing you can make out. Now these are some of the training. MES decided that they want, now our government agencies have decided that all they have to work on BIM platform only. So what they did was they had called a complete training material, means all the engineers from all over India had come here to Institution of Engineers, where we gave them a 20 days training on Revit platform, so that they may work or what, but when they get the Revit drawings, they know how to correct it and how to go about it. This is the complete MES people from all over India. This is where the Bhutan delegation, we had gone, and Kenya and Bhutan delegation are both here. We had gone abroad to teach them. And here again, Bhutan delegation, where we are teaching them Revit. All these are for training for Revit, because today Revit is the bottleneck and you have to work on it. So every now country feels that they should know Revit. This is how we go to different places. This is again DRDO, where we had given training for Revit. Okay, this is our office, where we have a staff of maybe, as I told you, about 40 on this side, 30 on this side, working extensively on BIM and steel. And this is the 3 offices of we have. Okay, so this I have my telephone number and this. Now further, I'm going to one more presentation. Second presentation. Yeah. Now I will just explain to you a complete detail of one project. Okay, complete detail of one project, how we go about it. Now here you see we get the AutoCAD drawing from the client. Once we get the AutoCAD drawing from the client, we incorporate it, turning it into a 3D model. Now if you see this, once what Revit does is, as soon as you prepare the Revit model, it gives you all these quantities. Can you see the finishing quantities that it gives you, right from slab, beam? These are all structure, raft, bubble, flooring, window. All these quantities are generated by Revit. Okay. Shit. Back jaane ka. All these quantities are generated by Revit, you know, basically. But when we are, as soon as you make an element in Revit, immediately the quantities are reflected over here. But what Revit gives you is something like this, which most of the engineers and the architects don't have Revit. So what we do is this thing, this full Revit thing, we convert it into Excel. Okay, if you see here, Revit gives you complete schedule of all the quantities, material takeoff, sheets, everything. And one, this thing is done in Revit, we cannot give them this top of a format to the engineer or architect. So what we do is we completely turn it into a quantities in Excel, where we give a detail of this, because here in Revit we cannot see the detail, but an architect or engineer in Excel, he can immediately view and tell us where the error lies here. And here it is the complete quantities of structure. If you see that footing, total of each level we give, total of each level we are giving, foundation level, still, first floor, and total of all the floors are here. So if any person wants to see this final boss, he will only see this part. The junior one will see all this, tally this, and see this is exactly what is there. Can everybody see this? Okay, here this is the finishing quantities. Right from dado tiles, we give even vata, and we give even every, see, 150 mm parapet wall, water tank, every detail, right from skirting to vata, every detail is given to you. As we incorporate in the drawing, the whole thing is reflected into Revit, and we churned it into Excel and give it to you. Now MEP, if you see MEP, this is the MEP project, but what you see here is your complete, one moment, I'll take another here. If you see this, you see complete here, how many number of floors. If you see electrical cable tray, the size is, length is this, and total length will be multiplied by the number of floors. Now here what is important, so many times number of count. Here suppose if you say elbow, if elbow is 55, and if the count goes above 55, then immediately they question, okay, why is it? If 5-10% here and there is okay, but not beyond that, because we have come across many times where the client says, okay, 55, it must have been 55. Okay, let us take some wastage, 60, 65, but it cannot be 155. So here the architect and the engineer or the MEP consultant knows exactly how much bend or how much things to from the count you can make out exactly what is required by you. This is your plumbing detail, you know, complete plumbing detail. And here again, plumbing ka we are giving the complete plumbing detail. How much, if you read this, the length, number of floors, total length, the length of each pipe is mentioned here. And here the complete summary of the complete plumbing is mentioned. So is this one okay, clear to everybody? So I'm proceeding with it. It's nothing much. I think most of the engineers know all these things. I'm just showing you a very brief presentation of what we do. Now here we are talking about RCC steel quantities. We even do steel quantities. So here I'm talking about foundation. See here again, see everything is very, very clear, which I showed you previously. Here if you see the RCC wall in Revit, it gives you the complete detail of all the bars. This may look very complicated to you at this stage, but when you're opening Revit and you zoom each portion and you see the quantities, you will realize where the bend bar is there and where the cut length bar of each thing is there. See here, can you see the details? I have zoomed it for you to see the details of all the bars which are going through, you know. And here we give them in Excel the different shape of the bars, okay. This is where we are talking about clash, and this is where we clash, as I told you, and this is the complete where the clashes are, at what point the clashes are, and then you can go on to correct these clashes, or if they are minor you may overlook the clashes. So this is the presentation. Here we will show you one small presentation about a small presentation of one project so that you get a clear picture.
Hello. This is Nadeem. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I will show you the how we are doing the model in Revit. Like we are getting the AutoCAD drawings from the architects, engineers, and MEP consultant, and we are combining in Revit model and preparing the model. I will just open one model like. Yeah, this is one of the model we completed, structure, architectural as well as MEP model. As you can see, if I will go to structure plan, suppose first floor, then this is the background. If I will click, this is the AutoCAD drawing which we receive from the consultant, RCC consultant, and we are imported this AutoCAD drawing in Revit. And after that, we prepare each beams like column and the slab individually. And after we creating the model, it will generate the 3D model like this, and also it will give the quantities here. If you see at the right, each quantity like column, beam, slab, if you click as ma'am showed in the presentation, like this kind of sheet you will get from Revit, and this sheet only you have to export in the means Excel and prepare. Also I will just show you one floor modeling. Like this is the architecture plan. If I will draw, suppose I will draw a wall here, creating a door or window, it's very easy. And suppose I draw a wall here, this is suppose 150 internal wall, okay, and the height will be first floor to second floor, and height will be 2.9 meter. And as I can see, you can see I cutted the section from here, and if I will say go to view, it will be seen here. If I will delete this wall or anything from here, it will delete from everywhere. Like this is the 3D model also, you can see this wall in 3D, in section, in plan also. This is the plan. If I will delete or I will change anything, it will reflect to the everywhere. Like I reduce the length of the wall, then it will automatically, in the 3D model also you can see here it will reduce, and as well as the quantities also on the wall quantities it will reduce here also quantities. Yeah, likewise we created this is 3D model complete all element, like it's very easy, like you can see the wall is wall, door is door, window, all the commands you see wall, door, window, column, roof. Then in structure, beam, wall, RCC wall, slab, isolated footing, everything is inside the Revit software, all combined. This is the architecture tab, structure tab, and as well as this system type, which is called MEP, plumbing, HVAC, and electrical. Same, I will show you the Excel quantity. This you understand, right? After the modeling, we generated the in quantities like this, and we imported in the Excel format like this. You can see. I will just open concrete and shunting quantity here. Yeah, because everybody has they don't have the Revit software, that's why we are providing the 3D view in Excel also. Like this is the all complete structure model of that building, and this is the floor plan, each cut plan like foundation, steel floor, and the typical floor, column, beam, slab. If any column or beam are missing, you can easily find out from here only. And after that, this is the summary of each floor, like each floor how much column it's coming on first floor, typical floor, and the terrace floor wise quantity we are providing, and this is the total of all buildings. And not only that, after you, if you want to go to each and every element, then we provided here, you can see like foundation, steel, first floor, typical floor. Then suppose you go typical floor, then here also in slab also, each slab like what is the length, width, and thickness, and the main part is the quantity. If you see, this quantity is directly generated, came from the Revit model. We are not calculated like length, width, height multiplication, which normally people are doing in Excel. Every quantity you can select, like here also steel floor, volume, the quantity you see, this is directly coming from the Revit. We are not calculated by hand. Like here, whatever quantity you see, right, this is the quantity, same you can find out here only. That's why the error of the mistake is 0, because it is directly take out from the Revit model. Okay, and here also if you see, all the shuttering and concrete quantity we are providing same as it is. This is only for the concrete and shuttering quantities, and we also prepared finishing quantities, which is coming all your finishing item like flooring, skirting, door, window, plaster paint, everything here. This is also summary sheet, and 3D view also we are providing in Excel format. As you can see, this is the all complete model here, and this is the floor wise quantity. This is the elevation also take out from the Revit only. This is the cut plan of each floor, like typical floor, steel level, and the refuse floor. That you can see, this part is refuse area, and this is the terrace floor. For the summary also, all floor wise summary we are providing. Steel floor, first floor, in first floor also flooring, total of the bedroom, that much area will be covered, kitchen also, lobby also, and toilet, all internal plaster, external plaster, dados on the toilet, fins, windows count, railing, running meter, and also the count we are providing like this. And after that, if you want to go in deep, then you have to click these tabs, then you will get the complete each and every one bifurcation, all quantity. Here also you can see, like the quantity, it is directly coming from the Revit. See, this is area also. Some of the wall, if you click the quantities, these are coming from the Revit only. We are not calculated from here in Excel. This all the quantities are generated from Revit only. All doors, window counts, and everything here. Same as it is. If I will show you the MEP one. Yeah, concrete and finishing. is done. Now it's MEP. In MEP also same thing. We are repeating the same thing, like we are providing the first sheet of 3D views to understand the people how exactly and what it is, like what is the T fitting reducer and what are the details we followed. If we miss something or we detail some we miss out or we revised it, then they should know what it is exactly. That's why we are providing 3D view, the side view in Excel, conduit, and the plumbing also. Easily you can see in the 3D model what are the water supply pipe is going on, what are the wastages are coming from, and which dia with the color code. For the same thing, this is the although summary for all the, like firefighting. In firefighting also is sprinkler, what kind of sprinkler and where they are using, like bedroom so many number, living room so many numbers of the sprinkler are, then the pipe accessories, butterfly, flyover, and pipe. For the pipes we are giving in running meter quantity. In fittings all are in numbers. Then HVAC also type of the AC, outdoor split AC, same. For the electrical cable tray, all are running meter we are providing like this. For the electrical, see, this is also the summary of all MEP part. And if you go means in deep, then you can find here each and every element are covered here. Like firefighting also is floor wise, steel floor how much you will get the quantity of this sprinklers, in first floor how much you will get, and the pipe accessories also all floor wise quantity, and the each and element wise. This is pipe. Then HVAC also, in HVAC AC of the count, elbows and T, how many we are using. Electrical for fan, electrical conduits and CCTV cameras which are going to use in entire building, and the floor wise quantity we are providing here like this same. And all these quantities which you are seeing here, it's all made in Revit only itself here. And this if we have time I will can open the 3D model also full, but it will take time. Same for the plumbing, water supply pipe, domestic supply, how much, what is the dia of that pipe and the length according to the plan. Same for the first floor, domestic water and flushing water tank, drainage system. These are all water supply pipe we covered until terrace floor. Then the drainage system it came, like from first floor to terrace floor, how much rain pipe is different, soil pipe is different, each and every element we cover in MEP. Okay, thank you.
Hello, Pervin Solomon, once again to Boreor. I hope you understood what Nadim was actually speaking about, where we have given you a complete detail of complete MEP structure and architecture. Okay, so is this was okay? We are now going to a presentation which is called a 1-minute presentation. Now, what exactly is this was that many builders wanted a detailed of what we are giving them the quantities, but they wanted a very great details cost-wise and many other elements. So Mr. Bajaj and Mr. Ravin Desai, they developed a software which works on Revit platform and which generates a number of maybe 25 to 30 extra reports. Okay, so that a builder knows exactly how much profit is making, what is the cost. This again is Mr. Bajaj and Mr. Ravin Desai who has done this 1-minute presentation, 1-minute software. Okay, so here if you see this, mostly it is for contractors, builders, developers and owners. Now when you're developing, what exactly is, see now what exactly the salient features of 1 minute is the exact quantities. Now bill for the contractors. Exactly, bill for the contractors. What is the profits which a builder will make, one estimated profit. Suppose they were saying if the concrete prices go up or if the tile prices go up, then what will be the reflect on the profit of the person? Okay, material cost, labor cost, profit and cost analysis, sensitive reports and analysis. Okay, now here this is one building where the example is shown. Here, see, this is the running bill. What exactly is done is, here, whatever stage you are on, you just, in Excel, you mark this as phases. So once you say this is phase 1, and you give the bill of phase 1, it will give you the same bill. But later on, if in phase 2, suppose you try to take some more elements, like, so many times the contractors try to duplicate the things. So Revit this program will not allow you to duplicate. Once the quantities and the costing has already come in RA running bill 1, it will not take the same quantities back. So here each running bill, and these contractors take a long time to do this running bill, whereas in this we just finish it off in 1 minute or 2 minutes. Once the model of Revit is ready with them, then to play around with that model is very easy for anybody, not only for us, but even a person, an engineer of your level can just pick up that model and say, okay, give me this report of this particular report. These are all running bills. This is piping again, which I overlook. Now, these are the management reports, which it generates. The 1 minute generates, it is generating more reports, but I'm just, because of the time constraint, I'm just showing you the few important reports. Now, see, if you say this is the area statement of the complete project, which is also in square meter and cubic square feet and square meter. Both these things are done, and it is again, as soon as the model is ready, this comes automatically. You don't have to do anything. All this is generated automatically by 1 minute. And here is the profit analysis and cost breakup. Now, they said the tender was of this amount and civil item was so much. So what will be if you see all the costing, that means, what they were saying, okay, suppose what is the exact most amount of this thing, where suppose this is costing of 53 material. Now, where do you reduce in order to increase your profit? Because here you are going in loss. Okay, so where will you have to cut down on the things where you can make a profit? So here you get a complete detailed picture that these are the costing, this is the percentage of the costing and the cost here. And if you see the chart, you will get a very clear picture that material civil costing will cost you so much, door window will cost you that much. So it is also in the tabular format as well as in the graph format. So both this can give you a very clear picture, because last time they were saying, if suppose these tiles are costly, then can we replace it with some other tile so that the profit margin goes up, because we are already going in loss. So this can be judged by the builder or with the engineer or architect, whatever they feel like, they can come to some terms. Looking at the project report, because end of the thing, what is your profit and what is your loss, which otherwise you would not know. Now here, this is the group-wise cost analysis. See, for RCC, how much you are going to spend. For steel, how much you are going to spend. Again, as I'm telling you, you are not incorporating any of this. All those things are coming by 1 minute only. Once the model is ready in Revit, okay, all these things are generated by the software, and it is called 1 minute, because this whole thing is, you can take out all this costing in not 1 minute, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, but the name we have just kept it as 1 minute, because once the model is ready, it hardly takes 5 or 6 minutes to generate all this. Now, if you have to do this in Excel, you would imagine how much time does it take for you to do all this, whereas this is ready-made given to you by using the 1 minute software. Now here again, it is a graph. So you know exactly where you are spending a lot of money, or what is the place where you have to cut down if you have to increase the profit. The cost up to plinth. Now here, nowadays we have up to plinth level, there is one costing, and for typical floor, there is a different costing. So this is costing up to the plinth level. What will be your total expenses up to the plinth level? Here again, report of same thing, plinth. And this is for superstructure, substructure, superstructure. And so this again, you will know, looking at these figures, that how much you are spending, you have to spend on all this to get the cost estimate. So this is 1 minute. Is that clear? Now I'm showing you I'm not speaking a lot, but I'm showing you a lot of presentation and slides, so that you get a very clear picture of what exactly we are doing. Steel. Now we are going to come, steel presentation. Okay, this again is, this is a complete, where I told you we are working on all the elements. That is, we are working on architecture, structure, MEP and steel. So this is again a very small presentation of steel. See, we give the complete cut length of each bar, because today in Bombay we really have no place. So all these things are cut and bend. So you require the exact length of each bar. So we give you the complete cut length of each bar. And there you know exactly how much steel is required and in the billing. Now here, see the drawing, can you see it is very clear that how much will be the FBI. Suppose it is 300 by 400, then which is the bar. Here we give 79 number for 40 T12. This is a very clear picture. I may not explain much because all of you are engineers, and seeing this, I think you are getting a very clear picture of the drawing, and you will know exactly where the bar starts and where the bar ends. And here we give the complete details of the length of the each bar, and this is done in a program called AutoCAD Structural Detailer. It is an AutoCAD product which has been discontinued, and they have incorporated. Because as I told you, we are working for more than 15 years. So when we started, we were using ASD, but now because of ASD has been incorporated in Excel as a different add-on to I'm sorry, not Excel. It is add-on to Revit. So they have, what they have done, Autodesk, they've all the small programs, they've cut it out and they've incorporated in Excel, I mean in Revit, and they've increased the rates of Revit extensively. We are paying about 1,70,000 per year for one copy of Revit. Okay, so Autodesk has done this. Otherwise, this was very simple program which we were using for many years till it discontinued. See here, we still have this program somehow with us, but we are using it. Now, can you see this? This is all done on ASD, and you can get a very T8, T12 total summary of all length of each bar, unit length of the bars, subtotal diameter, total steel grade, and total kg of steel. Now, beyond this, what do you require? Because you have everything, what you see here, completely detailed drawing, which I don't think requires any other explanation than just reading through this. This is slab. When we are putting the slab bars, you know how we put. So if we have put the bars and you feel something is wrong, immediately you can see the drawing and they get back to us, okay, this particular thing was not proper. So we change it and give it to them. And this again is the RCC detail of floor slabs, you know, where length of each slab, subtotal, which is the dia and the bars. This is staircase detail. Okay. Reinforcement, chhajja, NBB, everything you can get. Chhajja, see chhajja, we have given you the detail that this is so much B12 and the complete reinforcement schedule of this particular chhajja. This is shear wall, and this is the shear wall complete reinforcement schedule for shear walls. Sorry, it has got footing, but it is shear wall bar bending schedule. And now here, if you see every detail of T8 bars are so much, T10, T12, 16, 25, and total is so much, and subtotal is so much. Okay. This is again. Now this particular thing is done on Revit platform. You say these 3D bars which you see are not to be shown anywhere except in Revit. The footing is Revit. And here what you see, staircase also, now many of the engineers are asking for rebar to be done in Revit, because they can see the bar and they can see the complete schedule as per the Revit. This is the staircase detail. Now here you may not be able to see it very clearly, but on your screen when you zoom it on Revit, you will be able to see the cut length of each bar, because each bar is given a different color scheme. So you will know where the bar cuts, you know. Here I think it is this is a beam rebar, and this is where, if you see these are the stirrups, and this complete stirrups with the length of each bar. This again has to be zoomed in Revit to see the complete detail. And in Revit itself, you will get the schedule. You don't have to go anywhere outside. As soon as you draw the length of the bar or anything, you will get the complete schedule in Revit, which you can transfer it to Excel. Here, this is exactly what we give as per the shape code and the dia. If I say, suppose bar mark number 1, then okay, dia of that is, how many bars are there? 2. Dia 25, length is so much, and length of A and B, which is so much. So total length will be so much. So is that clear? It's just a very simple thing, which I don't think any engineer would require any explanation further than this. This is again in Revit. Now, there are two ways of doing it. Either you do it in 2D and give it to the client. It depends on the costing also. Now, this costing, if you want in Revit, will be more as compared to the 2D, drawings. And here, shear wall, if you see this, this costing, so many architects or engineers will tell us, no, just give us the XLS format, it is enough for us. Or somebody wants it to be on the rebar side. So then we give them the complete Revit quantities and the Revit detailed drawings in, here is the, again, lengthwise in Excel. This is again slab rebar in 3D. Can you see this complete slab details? It's quite complicated, but in the Revit, when you zoom it, you will be able to see quite clearly, because you will immediately get the details of it. So this was a small presentation of the steel, what you saw. Okay. Okay. Now we are coming to one final thing, which is called Planwin and Draftwin, which is developed by Mr. Prakash Bajaj. Okay. And here, okay, this is developed by Computer Health, Mr. Prakash Bajaj, and it is extensively used by so many engineers, and it is really, now we are in a very good distinct state here. See what it creates, the drawing, all the drawings which you otherwise would take a long time to create, Draftwin creates it in seconds, because we know that column detailed drawings, it takes how much time? I will show you all these drawings, footing, column, beam, shear wall, combined shear wall, slab and stairs. All these drawings can be done in Draftwin within no time. See here, this building, can you see this? Working out exact reinforcement quantities, how much time will it take for you all to take it out? If you want to take out the reinforcement quantities of this particular building, can you tell how much time it will take? But if you use Draftwin, in 2 days, you will be able to complete the complete reinforcement and take out the quantities of the reinforcement. Now see, which are the drawing elements which it takes? It takes footing, combined footing, column, beam, shear wall, slab and staircase. All the elements, structural elements, are included in the Draftwin package. Now see here, this I don't think requires any explanation. This is just a but here when you see, now here if you see this drawing view of the footing here, complete footing drawing is done. It shows you in tabular format. This is your tabular format as well as in the XLS listing format. This is your tabular format and also in the drawing format. Both the things, whatever you want, you can see. If you see this, I'll show you another slide, I think. Here is your footing quantities in XLS format, and here is your drawing. Where is that? Arey, ye kahan gaya? Ye iska wo kidhar gaya? Haan. Here we cannot see it very clearly, but I may have a detail here somewhere. Yeah. See here I'm not able to see it. 1 minute. Which means here. See here, can you see the complete column drawings are here, and this detailed drawings of the column are shown here. So you tell me, if you were to take this particular drawing, if you have to draw it in AutoCAD, how much time it will take? Whereas in 801 size drawing, it just takes 12 seconds to 15 seconds for you to make this complete sheets, A1 size sheet. Here you get all the drawings in tabular as well as drawing format. So some people want it in the schedule format, whereas some people want it as the drawing format. It is up to you what you want. Okay, here if you see the details, see this is in the schedule format. Now many people ask for schedule. So this is the schedule format and what we saw previously, and here the details of each bar. Can you see T16, this cross section of each and every elements you will be able to see. And this is again floor wise, quantities that you want grade wise. You will see total concrete quantities grade wise as well as dia wise. So here if you just see it, so if you concrete this formwork so much 12 dia, this is up to the print level, and this is again generated on its own by Draftman. You are not doing any work by yourself. The complete report is generated by Draftman itself. You are just to give the details. Beam detailing. Now we are talking about beam detailing. Here you mark the beams. Once the beams are marked, here see option, you can have the right to change any of this, you know, whatever you want, stirrups you can change, because it gives you a great flexibility. Because so many times, because there are other softwares which we know, they don't allow you to change the things, or mostly the design is done by themselves. But here the design is taken from ETABS. Whatever ETABS may you put the data, that same data is read by Draftman. You know, it does not change anything what you have put in in ETABS. In ETABS, whatever you have mentioned, every detail will be taken over by Draftman. So it gives you a great, even after Draftman, even even excuse me, can somebody put up their mic, please? Okay. Okay, so if somebody, if it disturbs you, okay, when now, as soon as you have done this, after all, after doing this, you feel you want to change some dia or you want to change some stirrup detail, you still have a free hand to do whatever you want. It gives you a very distinct, clear picture on what you want to change, and it gives you complete free hand to do what exactly you want. See, besides giving detailed drawing programs, it also works out reinforcement quantities bar-wise and floor-wise. Means each quantity is worked out bar-wise and floor-wise. Again, as I told you, you are not doing anything by hand. Everything is being done by Draftman. I mean by Draftman, and it is taken over by your ETAB drawings only. You have to have only your ETAB drawings ready, and all other things will be done by Draftman. Sorry. User can change number of dias and bar. Here also it gives you this thing to do, change whatever you feel like, you know. It is up to you what you want to change. Here, can you see the whole drawing? It takes A1 size drawing with 100 beams. It took 1 minute to draw. Now you try doing this by hand, because I remember okay, when we were to do by hand, how much time it would take for a draftman. Even today, you all know that if all these detailed drawings have been done by draftman, how much time does it take for you to, nowadays, now we see 60 beams, 70 beams. Now you have to draw so many beams. And here, you just 1 minute, you take a complete A1 minute program. I'm sorry, got a bit cough. Here, level of working out total quantities of a given level. Each level, you will get the complete quantities. Here, this is a shear wall detail. Again, the Draftman gives you a complete detail of a shear wall, you know. See, can you see this? The calculations, you have to read it. I mean, it's very, I know you will not be able to see it much, but the complete shear wall detail is given to you here. See, shear wall detailing include ductile, non-ductile, with or without boundary condition. Okay. So this is the drawing which you get of shear wall. Can you see the detail here of all the drawings? And again, this will hardly take you a minute or two to finish of all these drawings in Draftman. This is the layout. This is the layout of all 33 levels in 30 seconds. See, whatever we have promised you, whatever is written here, We are worked on it extensively. Many engineers are using this software. I'm not giving you anything abstract, or I'm not giving you something which is not proper. This has been worked out, and many engineers you may know who are using Prakash Bajaj's program are very well versed with this, and they really can do all these things in the seconds which has been specified on our uh, this thing presentation. Again, shear wall quantities, summary of shear wall quantities, total floor wise and column wise. Shear wall quantities again of this. Detailing of combined shear wall. Now you remember how difficult it is, but with this you can do it within no time. Here is the detail, draft in, slab schedule. Okay, complete slab schedule. This draft win reads all the data including thickness, slab loading, identifies end condition and gives you the schedule as shown above. It reads everything from your ETAP files and give you the schedule as per this condition up on the top. Here you can also design following elements: one-way slab, two-way, cantilever and staircase. All this thing also you can design in this draft win. See here. Okay, this is little bit lighter, one-way slab and two-way slab, so you will not be able to see it. Staircase details. Okay, this is for complete technical details for plan win and contact Mr. Prakash Bajaj at the number given below. Okay, sorry, this number is miss my number, but I'll give you Prakash Bajaj's number, which is there on the front page. Okay, so now we have done with this. Now we are going to talk about a software. Now, up to now, all of us are working on AutoCAD for a number of years. Okay, we know AutoCAD in and out, but there are other softwares in the market which are, and we are paying exorbitant for and one license of AutoCAD. Now what happens is, if you have suppose 10 machines, if you have 10 machines, वो खोल presentation नहीं, मेरे को project at खोल, ये नहीं presentation, हाँ. Okay, now what happens is, we are working extensively with AutoCAD for a number of years. Now what we are doing is, AutoCAD now has increased its prices so much that if you have 10 machines, you pay for 10 licenses, and they are not going to give you a permanent license. It is they are just banking that every year we give them the amount. So certain other softwares have come from other places like ZWCAD, which many of you are using, and another software which we found to be very user friendly and exactly like AutoCAD is ProjiCAD, which they give you for 15,000 lifelong. You don't. This is a software from Italy. Outside their this is quite a software which is there for a number of time, but in India they have started marketing recently, and we have taken up this agency not because of us, but Mr. Bajaj felt that instead of the engineer spending 1,20,000, they can take an indefinite license for 15,000 only, and so you have no fear of any AutoCAD person making a raid at your place, because so many people last time I remember, they said, you come and see, we have only ProjiCAD on which we are working on. So this is one of the software which works exactly like AutoCAD. There is no difference. Now if you see home, okay, now see same command line, P line, if you see the whole thing, it looks exactly like AutoCAD, it acts exactly like AutoCAD, and it makes the drawings as as clear as AutoCAD drawing. Now here, but if you remember, when we were using AutoCAD many years back, we had a command which was called AEC 3D architecture, and in that we could do buildings and all 3D. Again, what they have done, Autodesk has removed that, and they've again incorporated and put it in Revit. So your charges of Revit has gone up extensively. That is why people are outsourcing Revit software, because if you take about 3 draftmen to do Revit, you are paying for 3 licenses. Instead, and these draftmen, once they are well versed with Revit, Today you give them a salary of 40,000, somebody is willing to give them a salary of 80,000. So they immediately switch on to it, So that is why people nowadays prefer to outsource the whole thing instead of working on Revit and listening to all this. Now, that is why, if you remember, this AEC also was there in AutoCAD, which they have incorporated and put it back on Excel. But in this, it gives you the AEC complete 3D. If I click on AEC, तू लेता है ये, तू लेता है, तू बोलता है, तू नहीं बोलना, तू बोलना, ले. Now I will hand over this project head to Zaid. Okay, he will be able to explain properly.
Hello. Hello, my name is Zaid and I'm showing you few demos of Project Ed. It's cheaper than Revit, which is about 15,000 lifetime, which has ma'am said already. Here we can see the wall command. Just like in CAD software, you can place line and it will create wall like this, 3D. It is simple, or it also work in 2D just like AutoCAD or other CAD softwares. If we go here 2D wireframe and change it to realistic, it looks almost like Revit. We can also place windows here, selecting here and place it like same as Revit. Also here is door command. You can place it like this. There is many commands similar to Revit, like railing, or we can also cut the section in one command and place it here. See, just in one click. You don't have to make another section, only need to use 3D software AEC and make a model like this using Project CAD software, and section is also in 2D. Or there is also command like slab. You can also, there is also option of using CAD lines, like I have here drawn rectangle is 2D drawing, you can see, and I can go here 3D architecture and convert it in wall, like creating this, and change the width to something like 200 and height to 3000, and then select and then convert and select the line and enter on it. It will ask to whether you want line to delete, and no, so I will select yes, and it will create wall just like this. So this is the presentation I'm going to show you. This is Project CAD 2026. This license is come lifetime with only 15,000 Indian rupees plus GST lifetime license for one copy, which is lot cheaper than Revit, which is costing 1,74,000 yearly basis. You don't even own it. You have to regularly pay every yearly. As you can see, this is a model created in Project CAD. This is a full model created in Project CAD. Yes, thank you. I'm going to give it to ma'am now.
Yeah, hello. Yeah. Now, hello. Okay. Now see this project CAD. if you see, it says just for 15,000, not 50,000. We got a lot of inquiries saying, is it 50 or 15? It is 1.5. It is 15,000 and perpetual license this is, okay? So this, it works. I mean, it's very comfortable software, and for apna structure and for engineers, I think this is a boom instead of spending so heavily on AutoCAD, okay? Now here, in ProjiCAD, there is one more. Secondly, ProjiCAD being it is an Italian software, they have a huge library, a very huge library which you can download from the internet, and they have every, you know, right from structure, architecture, MEP, all the symbols are there. You have to just go pick it up and put it, and it is have a, that library is I think available on net. I will give you the details of this net once you have the software with you. Okay, now we just have a 10-15 minutes more, I think. So should we put on to question answer sessions? Meenu?
Ma'am,
Hello?
if you have anything more to discuss, then you can continue.
I can continue, or should, what do you do?
Actually, we continue the session till 7:30, and if any questions are there, either the participants will share it here itself, or they will share it in the chat box.
Okay, so then that means I have still time, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I will go further. सर अभी नहीं है, रैबिट कॉल अभी, और क्या बताने का, आधा घंटा और है, समझा? हाँ, एमईपी बता ले, कैसा बनाते तुम लोग, एमईपी कैसा बनाते? हाँ
Ma'am, we have 10 more minutes before ending the session.
Yes.
10 more
Hello.
minutes, ma'am.
Hello.
We have
How
10
much?
more minutes, ma'am.
10 more minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Now. Yeah, we are just showing you a simple way how we prepare the MEP model in Revit. बंद कर. प्रकाश प्लीज, क्या है हम अभी क्या मैं बताऊंगी, इसमें कुछ है भी नहीं। मैं तो बोलती हूँ कि वो बोलती है 10 मिनट है, क्वेश्चन आंसर कर रहा है, नहीं बोलती है तो okay. Hello, on है? Yes. Yeah, hello. See, questions we have just you know, certain things which repeatedly many of the engineers they are asking us are, what is the main difference between a conventional 2D drawing and a BIM modeling? You know, now everybody knows that we are saying drawings of 2D, like, you know, so many times at site we have seen when the drawings are in 2D now. First there were structures like ground plus 4 or ground plus 5, so it was very convenient for anybody to read the drawings. But today, with all the story going above 40 and 50, it becomes very difficult even for the site engineer to see. So when the whole drawing is in 3D, that is the main thing. want, you know, nowadays, because 2D drawings, it can mislead a lot of times on the site. But with the 3D model in front of you, because I know one architect who is a very famous architect, and once the model is done in BIM, he will tell the site engineer, अभी ये लेके जाओ तुम, अभी मेरे को site पे disturb नहीं करने का, ये पूरा तुमको detailed drawing दिया है हमने. So it is like this with the architects. Now they know exactly 3D is given, so they need not much bother about it. What are the advantages? How does BIM help in generating 3D models from 2D drawing? In software like Autodesk Revit, 2D drawings can be imported as a reference. Yeah, what we do is, see, once the AutoCAD drawing is given to us, this is used as a reference drawing. It is used as a reference drawing, and on the reference drawing, we create the complete 3D model. You know, so that is where these components are then all these flows are combined, and that is how the 3D model Navis work takes over to take out the clashes and everything. Because if you do all the 30 floors, let us say that you have a building of 30 floors and you take out that 30 floors and you make each level, but you do not know at the 22nd floor whether your MEP duct is clashing with something or you are not sure about anything. But in 3D, you can immediately see the clashes and you know what is this. So you can rectify even before the project is there. A complete detailed drawing is done, which is a complete 3D model based on the AutoCAD drawings received by the client. Okay. Here, so ability to create multiple plans. Here we are creating multiple from the 3D. What we do is we copy the whole thing, and clash detection, as I told you, can work out. Now we are working, Mr. Bajaj is writing a program in which from your AutoCAD drawing, you can easily change this to Revit. Now it is a very tricky thing. It is used on a software called Dynamo, which is a very difficult software, but for Mr. Bajaj, everything is okay, you know. So he now feels that every time we are making the same thing, beam, column, slab, footing from the structure drawing. So he says, no, once I will write a program in such a way that it reads the complete AutoCAD drawing, which is generated by the engineer. It will read this and it will convert all the elements, beam, column, slab, footing, into 3D, throw it into Revit. And for this you require a software which is called Dynamo. And they are working now on it. I think they've already started working, because we are getting a lot of structure engineers who are asking for this thing, structure drawings only, you know. And mechanical, of course, everybody knows when we are talking. Okay, this is okay, standard floor. Now, what is ProjiCAD and how does it compare with Revit? Okay, now in ProjiCAD, it is cost effective. Now, suppose you are not making very detailed things, like we are working, because we are working for different clients, we have to use Revit. But if you are working for alone your company, you can easily take ProjiCAD, which is just 15,000, and support 2D drafting as well as 3D modeling. I've seen many people working on project. And secondly, the biggest advantage of ProjiCAD I've seen, when we get a PDF file, it is so, we keep on asking the clients, give us DWG drawing, give us DWG drawing. And they say, Acha, we will only give, so many of them say, we are only giving you PDF, we don't give. But on PDF drawing, we cannot work on Revit platform. So we say, otherwise, either you give us 2D drawings or you DWG drawing, or else you we are not working on. But in ProjiCAD, I have seen a number of times when we have got a PDF files, we have easily been able to convert it into a DWG drawing. You know, there are slight errors here and there. I'm not saying 100, but maybe 99% PDF file can be converted in ProjiCAD. That is, I found to be the biggest advantage, you know, because every time asking the engineer, give us DWG, we are immediately asking, and we are converting the PDF file in ProjiCAD to DWG drawing. Okay. So now, any more questions? एक minute है और है बस. So these are some of the most questions which everybody asks. Okay. So. Okay. Now, Minu, any further? Can we now go
Participants, if you have any doubts to ask the speaker, you can just unmute yourself and ask the speaker.
Anybody want to, ask any questions? Everybody understood it great?
Yes, ma'am. It was really
I
interesting
think
for us.
I think on all the 90 people who have registered and who are using this, I think they have no questions. That is what I feel. I mean, they are quite comfortable with what we showed, isn't it?
Ma'am, if any, I will just ask them to share it with us and we will convey the same with you later, if it's
So should we
okay.
end up? Okay.
Yes, ma'am, we can wind up.
Okay, I thank all of the participants who have joined this. I sincerely thank you and I hope you have got some information from us. If there is any query, we have given the phone numbers. You can either call us or speak to us anytime or email us. Thank you very much for joining. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Contact number.
So as we come to the close of
Contact
today's session, it is my privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks on behalf of the organizers. I sincerely thank Mr. Bajaj sir and also Pervin ma'am and their whole team for their enlightening session. Your insights have not only clarified some concepts, but also shown us how technology can make structures smarter while hopefully making our engineers' lives a little easier too. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you to your whole team for being
Somebody
part of
asked
this
me for the
program.
contact number. Okay. But
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think the contact number I'll just type.
Or I can share it in the WhatsApp group also if you share it with us. Okay, you have already shared it in the chat box.
Contact number. Okay, someone has asked it. Pandian, idiot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much. So participants, with that, we conclude today's first session. Requesting all of you to remain in the meeting since we will be starting with the second session soon. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
टंडन सर नमस्कार. NM सर नमस्कार. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you?
Sir, I think
I am audible.
yes, sir.
yes,
You
sir.
are audible.
Sir.
We will be starting at 7:30.
Sir, can we start now? Hello, Mohan sir?
Yeah, I am ready whenever you say.
Okay, then we will start, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so we are starting. Good evening, all. Welcome to the day 4 of the ATAL Online Faculty Development Program. Today, for the second session, it is my honor to introduce Dr. Mohan Dagaonkar, sir. Talking about sir, Dr. Mohan Dagaonkar, sir, is highly respected civil engineer who dedicated over 36 years to shaping Navi Mumbai. He served as city engineer of the Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation for more than 17 years and earlier worked with SIDCO for nearly a decade. A graduate of SGSITS Indore, he holds a doctorate in civil engineering from Nagpur University, along with advanced postgraduate qualifications in urban management and environmental engineering from Mumbai University. Also, Dr. Mohan Dagaonkar led several landmark projects, including the Morbe Water Supply Dam, Thane Belapur Road widening, the NMMC head office on Palm Beach Road, the scientific closure of the Koperkarna dumping ground, and development of public landmarks like Wonders Park and Jewel of Navi Mumbai. Also, Sir has represented India at international conferences, mentored engineering students, and served the institution of engineers in various leadership roles, leaving behind a legacy of sustainable urban development. So, sir, I Vipul Ranjane, welcome to this online faculty development program.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I have shared the screen. Is it shared properly?
Yeah, sir. See, the screen is properly visible, sir.
Can I start now?
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
सर गुड इवनिंग टंडन बोल रहा हूँ सर.
Good evening, sir. Good evening. So
मेरा थोड़ा
now
माइक बंद हो गया था. I just wanted to welcome
हाँ,
you.
वही मैंने आपको गुड इवनिंग किया था, पर मैंने कहा सर बहुत बिजी है.
नहीं वो मेरा माइक कुछ बंद हो गया था, अभी स्टार्ट किया.
So with your permission, now I start.
Yes sir, please.
So first of all, I am thankful to Bharati Vidyapit that they have given me opportunity to share my experience with municipal solid waste, which I did in Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation area when I was in my service. And I welcome all the delegates. So as I learned that they are from all over India, and it is a ATAL, AICTE-ATAL Faculty Development Program. So I welcome all the delegates. And now I'll just, it is, though I have a PPT, you can see the PPT, but I will tell my experience and my findings. And actually, this municipal solid waste management and handling rule 2016. So we will look into first in rule 2000 when it was designated as implementation solid. It was municipal solid waste management M&H rule 2000. Initially, it was in 2000. So the thing is that before 2000 in India, there was not such rule enforced by government. In all the corporations, big cities, small cities, towns, villages, there was only traditional age-old system that all the garbage, that is mixed garbage, is collected from the streets or from the dustbins, and then it was either it was burned on the roadside, or it was just picked up and somewhere in a remote corner of the village or city or town, it was dumped openly without any process or anything. So the way back, and for many years, this practice was there in India. But how it started and how it came in India, actually, you might be knowing that
Excuse me,
there
sir.
is a hello.
Sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah.
but sir, the slides are not shared yet.
It is not shared.
No, sir.
You are not able to see the slide.
No, we can see just your video, sir. Slides are not shared.
Okay. Okay, I'll again try.
Yes, sir.
Is it now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Your screen is now visible. You can just open the PPT now.
Now you are able to see it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So what
Sir,
I
can
was
you
telling
just
is,
make it slideshow?
madam, it is in slideshow, but I am right now. I am not showing you. I'll be
Okay,
just
sir.
telling something. Then I'll go by the slide.
Sure, sir.
Huh? I'm telling the background.
Yes, sure, sir. Sure, sir.
So how this rule came into existence. First of all, I welcome you, and I was telling that how this rule came into India in 2000 year. So the background is that in Bangalore there was a Madam Almitra Patel. She was having a farmhouse there, and she was continuously complaining Bangalore Municipal Corporation about lifting the garbage, but it was not lifted. So she went to court, and ultimately that matter came to Supreme Court, and then Supreme Court has taken this seriously. And then there were so many committees, Burway committees, and other committees were formed, and then in 2000 this rule came into existence in India. So then this rule made mandatory to all the big cities, all the corporations, and number one municipalities and municipal councils to implement it before 2003. So that is the background of this thing. And now I'll be showing you the slides also. So initially this rule was called Municipal Solid Waste Management and Handling Rule 2000, and that was implemented. And how it was implemented in Navi Mumbai, that I am telling you. That time I was sitting here of Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation, and I just did my postgraduate in engineering, and I become city engineer. And that time, before that, and like in any other corporations, this department was handled by doctors, medical doctors. So that is a municipal officer of health, MOH, and under them, all sanitary inspectors and other team used to tackle this solid waste management in all the corporations and municipal corporations. But this subject is very wide, and this subject is of actually engineers, environment engineers, and mechanical engineers, because all transportation and then processing and disposal, scientifically preparing of sale, etc. All these engineers, only environment engineers can handle this. So like this, then this came to me, and suddenly in 2003, some August or September, this came to me as a responsibility that, and as per the court orders, this has to be implemented before December 2003. And then I came into the picture of municipal solid waste. So this rule consists of so many schedules, but as far as we concern, there is a schedule 1, schedule 2, schedule 3, and schedule 4. So what schedule 1 says? Schedule 1 says, it says about the implementation of schedule. This schedule states that about timeline implementation of all the schedule covered under municipal solid waste management. That is management and handling rule 2000. And then schedule 2. This is management of municipal solid waste. How it should be managed, right from the collection of municipal solid waste to segregation of municipal solid waste at the source, then storage of municipal solid waste, then transportation of municipal solid waste, then processing of municipal solid waste, and ultimately disposal of municipal solid waste. So all these things were mentioned in the schedule. But actually, these municipal solid rules were formed and very on the basis of Western countries like Europe and America. So I got opportunity to visit UK and USA also, and I have seen a lot of cities there and solid waste facilities and processing plants in particularly UK, around the London cities, around in some 5 cities, and in California also I went there, and there at San Diego, and in other cities also I have seen the processing plants, then scientifically developed landfill sites, and their transportation system. All these things I studied, and actually what I learned from that, I wanted to implement in Navi Mumbai, like any other cities officers were trying. So I find there are so many problems in this, because there is a lot of difference, vast difference in East and West, and the developed countries and our India. Actually, we say that India is a very old country, and we have 5,000 years and 10,000 years culture. But actually, if you see that, we are quite a new and young country, because up to 1947 we were under British colony, and before that under Mughal. So actually, we were not a India, which is today, was not a country exist. And after 47, we were having a lot of problems, as we were a scarcity of funds, education, and and all divided, and no resources, nothing, financially broke, and like that this country was there. And in these 75, 77 years, now we have quite ahead of, and we have done many things, right from our first prime minister to the our existing prime minister. Everyone has done their bit to improve the society and our country, but still the fact remains that we lack in education, and financial status, or other things are very different in our country. So actually, I studied 427 cities of India, and some neighboring, when I did my PhD also. So actually, what is the difference in our country and others? If you take an example of Europe, so Europe's population is just half of our country. Entire Europe population is just 74 or 74 crores, and we are 140 crores. And the countries, their cities are very small, and the weather is also not very different. Like in our, if you go to our India, if you see the example of our India, we have vast land, and we have vast climatic conditions. Our culture is different. If you go to north, in Himalayan range, Himachal Pradesh, Kashmir, Uttarakhand, so you will find snow and winter, and all this cold climate. And if you go to Rajasthan side, it is a dry climate. And if you come to this Konkan and Mumbai side, it's a heavy rains. Then if you go to coastal area, Goa, Karnataka, and Kerala, it is different. Then our culture is different. Our food habits is different. So our solid waste is also different. The quantity generated by per person, the quality of the solid waste, and the food habits, everything is different in India. So that same rule to implement it in India was very bit difficult. So I'll just go through the first schedule and our implementation in Navi Mumbai, and then what difficulties we find, and then what was my observation, which I then uh, observed it and documented in my thesis. And ultimately, whatever I was observing, the same thing was, after 16 years of experience in India, those amendments were done in this 2016 amended rules, that is solid waste management. So that I will be telling you. So what was the scenario in Navi Mumbai? Our all participants know that this city was developed by CIDCO, and at the first day, a very good presentation was done by Mr. K.K. Varkekar, the ex-city chief engineer of CIDCO, regarding the formation of the city and all these things. So you all know that it was formed in 1970, and the city actually, the population started coming in after 1976-77. And in absence of municipal corporation, the municipal liabilities were taken by CIDCO. And CIDCO was doing all these things like water supply, sewerage, and other municipal functions. So this municipal solid waste was also done by CIDCO. But that time, this rule was not there, and the condition was very different. The city was having 344 square kilometer land and all low-lying area. So CIDCO was to reclaim the area to have a, formation level of the city, and houses were not there, so residents were not there. So very few houses were considered. Some of the houses were in the Vashi area. Those who know Navi Mumbai, they will know that Vashi is the oldest one. Then CBD is the oldest one, where the Bharati Vidyapit College is there, and then some area was there at Airoli, Turve. So there were people were less, and the waste was also less, and the area was vast, and there was a low-lying area. So all the open trucks, they carry all the waste, and it was just dumped in this low-lying area. So it was going up to the 1992. And in 1992, when this the area under Thane district of Navi Mumbai, it grows to around 3 lakhs and more. So municipal corporation was formed there. So Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation then formed in 1992 January, 1st January, and then in 1995-96, these with other services, the municipal solid services were transferred to Navi Mumbai Corporation. I was in CIDCO also earlier for 10 years. Then I joined NMMC. So what were the earlier things? Because when the city was transferred to us, so only area which was under CIDCO developed nodes, so 8 nodes were transferred. But these 44 villages and some slums were also there, which was not part of CIDCO, and they were part of Jila Parishad. So those also responsibility came to us. And in 1992, when only these villages and slums were with us, that time garbage was just 80 to 19 ton per day, and the collection and transportation were conducted using open trucks by the corporation. It was a practice all over India. And then from the 1994, the corporation was using their own closed body compactors and 10 to 12 dumpers, which were these dumper placers were transferred to us by CIDCO while transferring the services of solid waste management. And we assume that estimated increase will be 10% per year. And then, as I said, that in 2000, the municipal solid waste rule came into existence, and then there was a need of collecting garbage in a systematic manner. So then, corporation, an integrated tender for manual sweeping was introduced, in which the workload was included as per the Supreme Court directions. Everything was described in the order. So scope of work included regular road sweeping, the removal of refuse garbage and dust from road footpath, stormwater drains, and gutters. So it was actually this was all segregated work, but that was then combined in a one tender. And to comply with the rules of MSW 2000, the corporation later on started new project for house-to-house collection. And this Ghanta Gadi, having one bale with that, was introduced. So at designated time, this vehicle went to that particular area, particular house or particular society, and with this bale, it was informed that the vehicle has come, so people can empty their garbage into this vehicle. But the problem was that since the project's inception, the corporation faced a lot of issues with regards to the consistency and commitment from the labor contractor and vehicle contractors. Because before that, this work was uh, distributed in 81 village contractors. They were from the native villagers, and they were used to sweep the streets and collect this garbage into trucks, and it was sent to Koperkane dumping ground on an open dumping ground. So there was with this contractor and with those existing old contractors, there was always problem with the union and all this. So labor strikes, management issued, led to city and unhygienic state, and the corporation had to react instantly to facilitate the necessary alternative. And then in year 2006, the existing contractor was terminated in the following year. And meanwhile, there was no system to manage the solid waste in the city. So all the existing 81 sweeping contractors, they were interested actually sweeping, but then they were given the transport work also with their own vehicles. And this was only a temporary and alternative arrangement. The corporation decided to integrate all the waste management aspects into one single tender. And at the end of 2006, corporation prepared a comprehensive tender complying MSW Rule 2000. So in this tender, that time we have taken a very important step, that because people are not having a habit of collecting the waste in a particular bins and then handing over to the corporation. So people were not ready, and generally every time there is a resistance whenever any new thing comes. So that time what corporation decided, that the contractor who will collect and transport the waste will supply these dustbins to the city. So these are covered wheel bins up to 40-liter capacity, street strip bin, and there were others also. Some 4,293 total number of bins provided to housing societies, so that to imbibe a good culture and to make the habit of collecting the waste in their societies. So this tender was awarded to Anthony Waste Handling Cell Private Limited, and then NMMC became the first corporation that time who supplied ISI standard bins of different sizes to all the societies, marketplaces as per the garbage generation, and the estimated garbage generation in the city was around 500 dpd. The contractor was set or all these bins to the society in this thing. Actually, what corporation has decided, that because these all dustbins on the footpath and roadside and in marketplaces, because people are having habit that they just throw the garbage. If they find here is the dustbin, so from the distance they will throw, and around these dustbins all the garbage was spilled, and these rat pickers and then dogs and animals, stray animals, they all find their whatever needful to them, and in an unsightly and unhygienic condition was all over in the city. So corporation took a decision that our street should be dustbin free. There should not be any dustbin on the street. There will not be anything on the footpath or road. Everything will be kept inside the premises of residential, commercial, yeah, this thing. So more than 4,000 bins were deployed in residential and commercial establishment. 54 closed body compactors of various sizes and 46 small size Tata S tippers were provided for the purpose of transportation of MSW. In the photograph you can see this is the closed body compactors, and the compactors are lifting all the garbage from households. Today also these types of compactors are refuse compactors are there, and each compactor has one driver, one operator, one helper. The capacity of compactors varies from 5 to 8 ton as per route, and these compactors are having uh, hydraulic lifting and compaction mechanism, and these are all imported from USA. Compactors, they lift garbage from societies and developed nodes, and small size closed body Tata Ace tippers were deployed in villages and slums to collect and transport garbages from door to door where streets are narrow, where these big compactors cannot go. So we are having all the villages, some 29 villages in Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation area, and almost 5 to 6 slum pockets are there, wherein 5 lakh population is habitated in slums and villages. So there, these small tippers went there to correction, and then all these things are where uh, this small one as tipper will load it in the compactors, and only these refuse compactors will go to the processing plant or landfill site, as you say. So that time there was around 600 metric ton of waste collected. So that also we were having bifurcation of area. They're like NMMC, means Navi Municipal Corporation. Here all the developed nodes, like those who know Navi Mumbai, Belapur, CBD, Nehru, Sanpada, Turve, Washi, Koperkhane, Ghansoli, Airoli, Digha. So up to Airoli, which was developed by Sitco. There 72 vehicles were deployed for 448 average garbage. Then we have a APMC, Agriculture Produce Market, which is the biggest in Asia. So all the green waste from here, that was collected from 23 vehicles, that was around 102. And then industrial area is also having, we are having a parallel around some 26 square kilometer area of industrial area, MID, which is under in MIDC. So all green waste was collected from there with the vehicles, 9 vehicles, so 46 that and others. So like that, some 108 vehicles were uh, deployed to collect 600 metric ton of waste. And this was segregation of municipal solid waste was done. That was also implemented. And actually, as per the code, this has to be done at the source. But people are not having that habit. So at the earlier I was saying that Europe and America, and we have that difference because they are having in 1960. I have seen that in America in 1960 they were having a first landfill site, and while we are now implementing after 2000, so these habits are to be developed. In London, I have seen that there are like we have garages for in the front of our house for car, two-wheeler, for four-wheeler. They were having like covered sheds where green waste, then hazardous waste, then dry waste. They religiously they do it in their houses. So that was the practice there, which is to be adopted by us. And though we are quite ahead now in this 20 years, we have done a lot of things from 2000 to 2025, but still we are not able to 100% segregate it to waste. But lot of cities like Navi Mumbai or Indore, we can say more than 80% segregation is done at the sources. But still, we have to go a long way to achieve that. But then, because I was having special interest in this municipal solid waste, and I was doing PhD also. After that, I did PhD. So I developed a lot of interest in that. So we actually, I have developed one lab also, one statutory lab and one mobile lab in Navi Mumbai, for environmental lab. So there we do all these type of physical characteristics with our persons. So to find out what is the characteristics of the our waste and area wise and even season wise that we are doing. So you can see that in the next slide. It is easy to see that. So that was the average characteristics of the our waste. So vegetable and non-vegetable you can see around 48.5 or 50% you can say. And in remaining 50%, plastic waste was 15.26, paper waste was 11.34, coconut shell was 6.442, cloth 5.5, debris 5.41, glass and dry leaves, metal 2, glass 1.92, rubber waste. So we did it throughout the year and in different watts, so that we should know the exact characteristics of this. As I was saying, this waste varies as per the locality also. Because some of the localities are having affluent people, and some are the slums, some are the villages, some are middle class, some are lower LIGs, some HIGs. So even as per that, this quality of waste also differs. Like in urban and villages, we have different type of waste. You will find more waste in the cities, like around 500 gram per person, which is not in the villages or small cities. And then what happened is I told you that we removed all the dustbins from the cities. So there was all city was clean and there was no dustbin on the city. But the another social problem came up because these rag pickers were there, which used to go to dustbins in their localities, and they just segregated recyclables like plastic, um, paper, and pet things, and this thing steel, all these things they just collect it from, because these things are having um, recyclable value, so they get it by selling resellable. So they get out of this they get quite a good amount. But then because we have removed all these things, so what they will do? So then we have identified all these rag pickers. So there were NGOs in the cities like Sri Mukti Sangatna and other 2 3 organizations were there. So it was verified, and those who are doing it from long time, so they will be they would be given. That time we gave them all identity cards, and you can see the uniform and all the caps and gloves, etc., so that their health should be also protected and they should get livelihood. So all those were having identified around some 250 and so plus these rag pickers were allowed to our processing plant at Turbe, where they used to come in the morning and they work there uh, for collection of their waste, and they just store it, and whenever vendor comes, they sell it. So this practice is still going on. And that time, in before 2018, when I was there, I'll tell you these people were earning around 20 to 25,000 rupees per month. So that was, and we gave them all health facilities also in the next childhood, and we gave them health facilities, and their correct facility done. And this is the processing of municipal solid waste. So it has a hierarchy. Actually, from this slide you can see, actually, to get rid of the municipal solid waste. So this is the conventional waste hierarchy. You have to reduce it, reuse it, recycle it, recover it, and then residual. So like this, one should do. Because the production of this waste means it is a unit of man. One human being produces around 350 to 500 gram per day. So if he does some good habits, develops like reducing, reusing, like our forefathers or our grandparents, our parents, if you can remember, you must be remembering that those people they never use and throw system adopted. There, if they have any cloth, so that cloth will be after that wearing, then they will form some thaili or bag for keeping the things from market, and like that they were reusing the things. And in market, generally for milk, some steel vessel, or for any for vegetable also they used to thailis and all these things, so that uh, use and throw these plastic packages were not there. So like that, reuse and recycle. So water also they used to use the same water. Like if you are used for bathing, then the same thing will be go for plants watering, etc., like that. So these things if we do, so we can reduce our waste and green waste, as good as recyclable also, so that this waste quantity can be reduced for processing. So what we were doing in Navi Mumbai, that time we have given a project on PPP mode. So on PPP mode, it was a material balance sheet you can see. So we used to prepare this RDF, refuse derived fuel, in the center, and compost at the left side, and plastic granules. So this thing we concentrated because these are the simplest thing. Because I have seen in my whole life that there were so many consultants, so many agencies from right from India and from abroad. They used to come to meet commissioners and then to me and to political people with so many technologies from US and Europe. And generally those were so outdated or which was not fitted to us. And then I decided that we should go for simpler things, which is age old in our India. This was done. So this compost was, you can see 20% compost was formed from 500 TPD, 125 TPD, 2025 RDF was formed, and these plastic granules. So these RDF used to go to boilers or to replacement of fossil fuel, and this Cripco has taken a contract from us, and it was all given to the farmers. And these plastic granules we used to for our road making and to vendors also for recycle. So these things were that time we did, and till today this manure and these plastic granules are made in Navi Mumbai after 2008 to now. This is 2025. From 17 years, this is going sustainably. And because I have seen a lot of processing plants in abroad, so I thought we should also create the same thing in our India, our city. So it should look like a factory. It should not look like any kachra depot. Otherwise, it is said kachra depot. So this plantation, beautification. So this is a windrow processing unit. This is our compost making. This is windows, and then disposal of MSW. This was the situation. This which I showed you that when we erected in 2005. But earlier, what was the situation that I'll explain you here. Earlier, this when we took from Sidco, so as I said you, that time land was vast. There were low-lying areas and population was less. So garbage was also less. So it was just dumped in the open space. It was dumped near the creek at Koperkane, which was that time far away from the locality. But after in 2000, this situation has changed. Now this suddenly this place which was far away from the residential area was in the middle of the city, because all the area was developed and all the population moved in, all the cities are developed. So this became nuisance or emitting foul odor and source of spontaneous fire due to erratic gas emissions and all this, and even it was environmentally also degradable. So there was a need to shift this and to stop this. Even up to 2004-5, you can see capacity of the dumping ground was also exhausted, and it was near the creek, and the old dumping ground was causing environmental pollution also, and the people were harassed because now they were living in adjacent to this site, and they were having a lot of problem. Like when wind flows from creek to the land, that time all this garbage smell, bad odor, it was in their enter into their houses, and they were not even able to breathe properly. And because of this unhygienic condition, a lot of problems came to them, health problems. So they were also agitating, and we were also finding some good place, proper place. But for that, then High Court has formed a high power committee, and then they selected some seven sites around the city, and ultimately that Turbe site which I was showing, I showed you that where we developed our this thing, we formed a good processing plant and landfill site. So this was then we stopped here. There was need for development of new site at international standard to stop use of wild dumping ground at Koperkane. So we stopped here because now we found a new site where we developed scientifically developed site. And you can see from here at the left side, which was a nuisance to the health nuisance, that we converted in 2008 into health gain. So degraded land in form of old wild dumping ground to a beautiful garden with amenities like jogging track and landscape. This is 17-hectare land. Actually, the scenario was such that because of this land, people were not able to live there, and they were not able to sell their houses because no one was taken. Nobody ready to take their houses. So it was all financial health wise, all nuisance to them. And I'll tell you, after this site, the scene changed. Because of engineering, what can be changed in society? The real estate value was up in this area because of this garden, which was nuisance to the people. Suddenly, it became the healthy thing. People used to come here for morning jog, evening jog. You can see here, and we did irrigation by treated sewage water of adjoining STP. So saving potable agriculture water. We did not use any fresh water. All sewage treated water was used here. This is the photo of 14/1/2009, and this you can see morning joggers. So now people started coming to here for health gain, which was health useless to them. And morning, evening, today a lot of functions are held here. Kite festival in Makar Sankranti and all the whole year, a lot of programs done here. So this has become beautifully environmental site, and one health hazard was converted into a health gain and beautiful lung of the city. And this project was then taken into account for Prime Minister Award. And consecutively 2 years, this was selected, shortlisted in 15 projects. But that is another thing that we did not get the first prize. But this was at central level, it was very appreciated. And I gave it Nisarg Udyan name. क्षेपणभूमी शास्त्रोपतीनं बंद करून तयार केलेले निसर्ग उद्यान. And now we talk about the landfill site, which I was talking that we prepared one scientifically developed landfill site at Turve, which was the new site given by collector of Thane to us. And as per Schedule 3, how these landfill sites are developed, because this is mandatory. After processing, whatever is inert material is left, that should be disposed in a scientific way in a landfill site. So how it is to be developed, that is also described in Schedule 3 of MSW rule. So it starts from site selection, facilities at site, specification for landfilling, pollution prevention, water quality monitoring, ambient air quality monitoring, plantation at landfill site, and post closure of landfill site and post care. All these things you have to do. So here you can see the difference. As I told you both the sites. The upper one is Koperkirne landfill site. Here, this Koperkirne landfill site. It was earlier open dumping ground, which was near the creek, and it was all degrading environment, and all residential area was there. Then it was shifted to this industrial area, Turve, away from the residential area, and here we developed it properly. So, but here also there was a lot of works were to be done. It was old abandoned stone quarrying site, environmentally degraded, and breeding ground for mosquitoes. So entire this land has to be filled up, properly graded, because in monsoon, if proper graded site is not there, then it can get flooded. It happened in in my 427 cities study. Lot of cities face this problem, and even in Navi Mumbai, Sidco also developed after our this site. It was in 2005 we developed, but Sidco also developed after that some 2-3 years at Taloja Chal. But there they got same problem because it was not properly graded. So in monsoon, entire site was flooded, and they could not operate. And for many years, they in monsoon their site was not non-operational. And then they requested us to take their garbage also. And then we used to take their garbage for disposal here. Of course, we charged them, and that was earning to corporation, and it served that area also. But that thing here we took care. And this gate I'm showing you, entrance gate, the it has also got a story, because this site was given to us in a industrial area. So around there was very multinational companies like Lubrizol and BASF and other companies, and some other small companies were also there. So when they came to know that here processing plant and sanitary landfill is coming, so they were all having objection about that. They met us, and they all protested that it should not be there. Then we have to explain them that, like your companies, we have also, it is a factory. As you treat raw material and then give form complete product, like that we also treat here. Garbage will come here as a raw material, and we will be having here gas and manure, compound, compost, RDF, plastic granules, like that. And we will ensure that there will not be any nuisance of smell and odor. And we showed them all the plan, what we are going to do, and we told them that you can also come time to time. You can see how we develop this, and then this gate and all these things they have seen, and somehow we used to convince them, and then their protests also came vanished. And this is specification for landfilling. So how a landfill site is constructed as per the code and as per the rule, it is to be first you have to grade the entire area properly and then compact clay 900 mm, and to make it impermeable you have to bentonite clay also it's mixed in this murum clay. So 900 mm base course, this 900 mm is the base course, this this is 900 mm. Over that then HDPE liner 1.5 mm. Over that the drainage layer 30. This is metal. Khadi number 1, khadi number 2, what we say. And this in the central there is the HDPE high density polyethylene pipe 300 mm perforated, and then 100 mm transverse pipes are joined to this to collect all leachate from the waste. And over that then this GSM geotextile is spread, and over that then compacted solid waste. Like that, this is the pattern of creating a checkboard landfill site scientifically. And that was the diagram, and this is the actual photo how we did. Here you can see that the first layer 900 mm murum clay, and it is mixed with bentonite clay layer, which is having 1:10 raised to -7 centimeter per second permeability to make it impermeable, so that leachate should not enter into the subsoil, and subsoil should not be polluted. And this is the HDPE liner, high density polyethylene. This is 1.5 mm. So this is properly laid and properly welded so that water should not percolate. And around the road, around the site, there has to be concrete road. Because in Konkan and Mumbai and Navi Mumbai, there is a heavy rainfall, around 2,500 mm per rainy season, average rainfall. And because of that, all roads get flooded and damaged. So here we ensure that this concrete road should be done. And in this fund we got from JNNUM, Jawaharlal Nehru Urban Renewal Mission, that time in 2004 to 2014. This project was there where many cities were benefited because of this, and we also got these funds for these things. So we used it for concrete road, which is sustainable. In monsoon also there is no stoppage, no blockage. And I have used many things which I saw in Europe and America, that how the boat should be there, how the landscaping should be there. So that all these things I have erected here like a park. You can just walk here like in any park, and it's information boards. This is direction signages, where is leachate tank, where is conference room, toilets, where is third cell, where is first, second tail, where is way bridge. So like that, and where is the exit. And you can see, you will see that it is a bungalow, but it is not a bungalow. It is a site office, administrative building, where our junior engineer sits. In corporations or in any organization, you will see that people are reluctant to work in solid waste management because they have to work in the kachra. We say that. So I thought the engineer who will be posted here, he should have a very aesthetic and beautiful office, so that he will not move from here and he will like here. So one engineer, one conference room office, one storage room. So like this is like a bungalow. We made a small office there. So happily our staff was working there.
Excuse me, ma'am. What is she doing?
Excuse me. Excuse me. Any problem? Hello. Any problem with there? Somebody is talking.
Sorry, sir. Somebody got unmuted.
It is okay, no? I'm audible. I'm audible. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Then we made a conference room also there. You will see that here a lot of foreign delegates and national level, state level, educational departments, planning, environmental, IITs, VITI, engineering colleges, students, and officers, political people. They all came to our site to see, because that time everyone was knowing that Navi Mumbai has developed a very good facility here. So I made this conference room also there. So you can see the chairperson. She is the Ishar Judge Aluwalia, madam, who was the chairperson for Higher Power Committee of Urban Infrastructure, Ministry of Urban Development, Government of India. She was directly reporting to Prime Minister, and she was the wife of Montek Singh Aluwalia, who is the deputy chairman of our planning commission. So the high level, that lady also came here, and she appreciated. She also wrote a book where she mentioned this our site. And here in the earlier, I said that how this rule was formed. So she is the lady, Mrs. Almitra H. Patel. She is the member of Supreme Court Committee of Solid Waste Management in India. And because of her efforts, these rules were formed in India. She was having a farmhouse in Bangalore, and Bangalore Municipal Corporation was not able to lift her garbage, and she fought with them, and ultimately the matter went to the Supreme Court, and then Supreme Court found a committee, and she was named there, and she was their member for this. So she also came to know that Navi Mumbai has done some good work. So she wanted to see our this thing. So here our consultant Mr. Male sir, he invited her, and she came here. I was explaining her all the facilities. Here the chart is there, and she went to each and every corner of our facility. And at the age of 85, that time 80 to 80, more than 80, she went to piles over and on the sales and in compost and everywhere. She personally went and she saw everything, and she also admire what we did. And my efforts were there that it may be the landfill site or processing plant of waste, but it should not look like waste. It should look like a park. So this is a toilet block which was aesthetically developed. Everything was aesthetic was the main thing. And this is air quality monitoring. As per the code, you have to place their air monitoring station. So this was the continuous air monitoring station at Turve landfill, where all the air quality was monitored 24 hours, and it was online with the MPCB, Maharashtra Pollution Control Board. So nothing, everything was very transparent. And here, if you can see that all the parameters were within limit. Like SO2 was 14.45, NOx 36.05, H2S 9.35, NH3 92.1, RSPM. So all these were directly connected to 24 hours to MPCB. And this is peripheral belt, which was also mandatory as the rule that you should have a proper tree belt. Here you will see that birds are always there where there is a good environment. Even we were having there butterflies also, mango trees, everything we developed there. Here in the initially it was like that, 50-meter wide around the periphery, and this is garden at landfill site. This garden also has a story. All the trees are uprooted trees from the road projects of the city. Those were brought here and replanted, and all the rockery which was found from the excavation were arranged here, and these fountains, etc., we developed there to give a good look at the entry also. And this is just informative about scientific closure of third cell as per MSW rule. As we create a cell exactly in a reverse manner, it has to be closed scientifically so that one capsule should form. Like you have seen capsule, around it is closed, and inside there is a better medicines. So like that, the cell which is scientifically developed from bottom, it is from top scientifically closed. So these are all footprinted, all these things. The height of the dump should be 20 meters. It should not be more than 20 meters as per the code. And before that also, you have to do a lot of geotechnical survey for landfill gas, for soil, leachate, sampling, analysis. All these things has to be done. So these are actual photographs which we did. And this is some cross section of this, how to section up LFD extraction well, then layers of closure. As I explained you how it is done from bottom to waist. So in a similar manner, it is again closed like this. So here, initial condition of site, you can see the spreading granular layer of soil. Then over that, it is all graded properly. Then leveling and compaction is done. Then gas collection well by bore well machine, it is to be dug into that. Then these are our gas wells from where the gases are collected. And this is gas collection pipe network. And HDP pipe network for leachate collection. That also I explained. Is welding up HDP liner. It has also scientific methods. These machines are there. It has to be overlapped in a particular fashion. And there, then water is sent through this. It should not leak. All these things are done. And the drainage layer over the HDP liner. And then this geotextile layer over that. It is a stretching of geotextile. All this is scientifically done. Then spreading of garden soil over that. And then you can see the layer of bentonite clay, then SGP liner, then drainage layer, then geotextile, and then garden soil. And over that, then this is the picture of closed cell, fixing geo core, and then watering. And this is the ultimate scientific closure of cell 3. So like that, all the cells were closed. And the same thing we adopted at Copper Canal also. Dumping ground, which was earlier from 19 years, which was there, and having some 20 lakh ton garbage. That also we closed. Here every cell was closed like this. And then flaring units were installed like this. This is flaring unit. In day vision you cannot see, but in night vision you can see the flaring. So here automatic burners were there. So at particular level when gas comes there, so burner automatically starts and it gets burned. And at a particular height of more than 20 meters something, it's a prescribed MPCB, it is sent to, after burning, it is sent to the atmosphere. Actually what we do, the methane, generally this landfill gas is containing methane. So methane is having 21 times more carbon. So that is burned into carbon dioxide. So it reduces 21 times carbon emission. So that is the benefit of doing this. And the next step is that you can collect this methane gas, landfill gas, and it can be used for biogas, or it can be used for producing power. So another things can be done. That time we did primary things. And these are post closure works that are described as per the code. So what it says to ensure maintenance of the closure site, and then quarterly inspections, then inspect gas collection system, repair, collection and transportation of leachate to nearby STP for treatment and environment monitoring. These are the environmental lab which I established there, ISO 9001 2008. That time one van is there for mobile and one is the stationary. And this is environmental status report which was mandatory for all the corporations to publish in every July, mentioning all the environmental status of the city, and make a vision for next year. So like that we used to do everywhere. And to be with pride I can say that that time there was no guideline for any how to prepare this, but I was having a very good consultant. He was a like my friend. Now he's no more. And Mr. Anil Annadate, he was the postgraduate from IIT Mumbai in environment engineering. And by and chemical engineer, chemical graduate in chemical engineering from IIT. So he used to guide us, and I used to give him this consultancy work. So with his help, we did all these things: environmental status report, labs, landfill site and processing, and copper khene. So it was, so we got so many awards for this. And now after that, government has given guideline how to prepare this. So that time we were doing it very efficiently. And this is schedule 4. This is about standards for composting, treated leachate, incineration. So this so this has to be maintained. Then only the farmers will take it. So CRIPCO, we were having contact with the CRIPCO, and as per their requirement, we used to give them. This is leachate treatment plant. So leachate, which was collected from all the landfill sites, was, you can see the pagoda-like structure here. This one. Here, all the leachates were collected, and it was sent to this leachate treatment plant, where with SCADA, only one operator was treating it like this. So it also met all the standards of the treated leachate. So while discharging treated leachate in land or in the drain, so all these standards were given. Inland surface water, what should be the standard? Public sewers, what should be the standard? Land disposal, what should be the standard? But we did not dispose it in the stormwater drain. What we did is, this treated leachate we sprinkle on the compost for making compost. So that way it was a zero discharge site. Nothing went outside. And these are also incineration standards are there, which was given in the this thing. And then, as initially we gave this project on PPP basis, means public-private project, where the agency was to spend everything on this making a plant, some 34 crore rupees, and out of that, whatever compost and whatever plastic granules and whatever refuse derived fuel, they can sell it, they can earn the money, and they can run the project. And they will also they will also uh, maintain and operate our second landfill sites. So it was win-win condition. Initial 5-6 years, corporation did not have to pay anything. So what benefits we got from this project? We got reduction of time for disposal of waste, reduction of vehicular emission, increase in efficiency of waste collection and disposal facility, prevention of unauthorized use of facilities, entry of stray animals, because it was all completely walled, and gate and watchman and security were there. Segregation of rainwater and hazardous leachate, which is being treated effectively, prevention of water and soil pollution due to treatment of leachate, and treated water is reused in solid waste processing facility. As I said, it was sprinkled on the windrows, so nothing was going outside. Reduction of air pollution caused due to atmospheric exposure of solid waste in operating cell. Reduction in greenhouse gas emission by trapping methane, the landfill gas, into carbon dioxide. That also I explained, through installation of automatic flaring machine. Improvement in ambient air quality, reduction of foul smell, and improvement of visual aesthetics of the solid waste management. This entire site was like a park, because a lot of public litigation and people were there, are opposition also. So a lot of PIL were there. So court cases were there. So we have to represent, go to court. Then as per the committee, so many committees were formed that time. One committee was formed under environment secretary. One committee was formed under urban secretary. One committee was formed with IIT and NIRI. So like that, all these committees used to come, and then as per their suggestion, we did so many uh, improvements that ultimately our site become best, and nothing was there as per the court also to take any objection. So that gave us improvement in ambient quality, reduction of foul smell, improvement of visual aesthetic. Even some of the committee members which came there, they one secretary that time said that who said that is a nuisance to the society. If somebody gave me the